Anyway, good day, guys. Welcome to another episode of Youth Buzz, the space where we dive into conversation that matters to the youth. And in today's episode, we have someone who is well dressed by day. You're actually looking pretty,
Oh, thank you.
representing a culture. Which culture are you representing, by the way?
I am representing Japanese culture.
Wow, that's impressive. Can you introduce yourself to our public just so they can be aware of your presence here?
My name is Angela, also known as Koketso. I am a South African that lived in Japan. I vlog my experiences living in Japan, traveling around the world, mostly Asia, Southern Africa, and teaching English abroad. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's impressive. I actually love your hairstyle by the way you combine it, the dress and the hairstyle. Nah, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got back home and I wanted to change my hairdo and I decided to get locks.
Together, okay, that's nice. Like speaking about your hairstyle, by the way, I saw a video of you where you basically approaching strongly your entity with your hairstyle, how basically your hairstyles, the African ones, build yourself in terms of personality. Can you tell me a bit more about this because I just got too curious.
So I guess hair for me is something that it's an extension of myself.
Yeah.
Before moving abroad, I had all sorts of hair colors. So from time to time, I mix it up. And having lived abroad where I couldn't go do my hair at a salon, I had to learn how to do my own hair. So I just decided to try out different things and thankfully I have good genes, so it's not a struggle. So I can pretty much try anything that I want with my hair.
Okay, that's nice. I'm really impressed, honestly. I'm honestly impressed at the fact that you took time to invest into something that is hard to do. Taking care, you basically embrace it because a lot of people they give up on that. Even myself, I've given up before. Not now. Today, you can see. Today is a very good time to be alive and to take care of the everything else.
Yeah, pretty much. I think when I started growing Afro hair, it wasn't that popular. It was only becoming a thing in South Africa. And I just figured I didn't like people touching my hair, going to the salon. So an Afro was an easy way out for me. I didn't have to deal with relaxers or anything of that sort. So I just decided to let it grow naturally. And I think, yeah, it's something that we should all embrace, really.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying this. Thank you so much. And I think more people they should actually appreciate, this cultural entity. I'm not saying those who don't. There is a strong issue. I think in a lot of scenarios is more about personal choices and everything else. But I would love to see more people in this position in with this type of mindset because I also already share the same mindset, same as you, the producer as well. So the more it grows, I think the better it will get. I think so.
Yeah, I think it's something we should really embrace. And having lived abroad, especially in Japan, it's a place where they embrace their culture. And it would be a nice thing. I mean, it's the way it grows out of our scalp. So really, we don't really
Yeah.
get to have a choice in it instead of just embracing it and letting it flourish. And yeah, I mean, it's very versatile. You can keep it straight. You can do this. You can do that. So it's a pretty good deal, I think, that we get to have Afro hair and we can style it however way we want.
Like your mindset actually. I feel like you have like a very artistic mindset and cultural because you really know how to embrace it like in different ways. And before we get into Japan, which seems like to be like a place that you have a lot of intimacy, something that I noticed like from your videos and everything else, because the perception that I have over you is like as a vlogger. I wanna get back to the first video of you that I saw.
Right.
Yeah, because when I was checking for the content and everything else, the first video that got my attention was your video about it was like a poetry about death. When I saw that, I was like, poetry about death. What is he trying to say? Because I didn't think it was a poetry. I thought you were
Yeah.
declaring something weird out there. But when I went to watch the video, I noted that it was something more emotional. I think it was like the first or second video of you on YouTube that you posted. So, but I really like it for like one of the first videos. I really enjoy it to see. So, but I wanna see. I want you to tell me what was the motivation behind that video.
So when I was younger, I think I was in varsity. I lived in Pretoria, so I spent a lot of time in artistic places, and for some, I picked up poetry essentially, and I had a blog where I was writing poetry, and so the video, the death poem, it was something that I thought about as I had spent a lot of time listening to philosophers, Alan Watts and them. So it was just my way of expressing what I think about death. I haven't watched it in a long time. And I recently dealt with death in the family, so I don't know if I should watch it and try to see if I still think the same. But yeah, poetry and arts and crafts have always been something that have a special place in my heart. And yeah, I think that video, when I started posting more often on the vlog, I thought of removing it because if you check, I think it's from like 10 years ago or so.
I think like 8 years, no? I think
Eight,
8 years ago. I
yeah.
think so.
And the more recent vlogs are from maybe 3 years ago. So there's that gap where I posted the one video and then I left and then I got back to that. But I wanted to remove it, but I thought, why? Because it's a part of me. It's a part of the journey that I've been on. So I just decided to keep it on there.
That's good that you maintain it because we are speaking about this right now. We're actually speaking about this right now, so that's good that you maintain it. And I feel like that video represented like a beginning of a new stage of your life, you know. And even though it evolved to a point where now you're not doing videos about poetry, it basically only exposes a little bit of what is your personality or what actually built you. But still speaking about passion and arts, I don't believe that poetry is something that came out of nowhere. I feel like before poetry, you were already having an intimacy with cameras, arts, culture way before, like in your childhood. So could you tell us where does it come from? All this passion that you got nowadays.
So I'd say from my parents. My mom was a teacher as well. So she used to do poetry and speeches for her students at school. She was a primary school teacher. So she did that for her students, and I guess somehow there was influence there as well. And just being in school, poetry here and there, it wasn't really something that I stuck to, but it was something that I would do from time to time, writing here and there. And at some point, my older sister was writing as well. So I guess it's just something that's been in the family. And moving from poetry, when I got to varsity, I interacted with a lot of artists in university. There was something called the social market in Pretoria, so I spent a lot of my free time going there as well, which is like a market for, I don't want to say woke people, but like people that are into the arts. So I spent a lot of time going there. And then, yeah, when I started working, one of the biggest purchases that I did was get myself a camera. And yeah, it's just been up from there, I guess.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's nice. So you mentioned something that I'm interested to know more. Yeah, what was like the peak point from the moment that you got the camera? You know, how did it change? Like basically, how you see things and how you should work with things.
So when I got the camera, I would say I got the camera because I wanted to start traveling, and I thought I'd take pictures with the camera and then I can combine it with my poetry and then post these pictures and poems on my vlog, on my blog and on my Instagram at that point. So that was the thinking behind getting a camera. It wasn't necessarily to go into vlogging initially.
Yes.
It just sort of grew into that. And I think having a camera, the biggest point for me was I'll take pictures, show people back home, oh guys, this is what's happening around here, this is what's different. I've always been a curious person, an inquisitive person, so I love telling people about what I'm seeing, what's different. This is how life looks like elsewhere. This is how people think. So it's always been something that a camera has been a thing that would allow me to share with people that are not with me physically in whatever area. So I'd be able to show people back home or friends and family, different things.
Okay. Oh wait. You said like from the moment you got your camera, you say to use for poetry and travels.
Yes.
Yeah. But why travels exactly? Why did you choose? Okay, let me use the camera like for travels like specific. Not why not like restaurants or something else.
Right. I think travel has always been a thing that's been a constant in my life. Although when I was younger, my family, we don't really travel as a unit.
Yeah.
But we spend a lot of time with my mom watching travel shows. My childhood we spend a lot of time with my dad watching 50/50. I don't know if you know 50/50.
No, I
It's
don't know.
like
Please teach us.
it's
Can
it's
it-
it's a show. It's a show like Nat Geo, so it's about
okay,
animals
not
and
yes, I know yes, yeah.
that sort of a thing. And then from there were travel shows on TV. So my mom and the family would watch that a lot. Basela, we would watch a lot of Net Geo as well. So we would always be watching these travel shows. And when I started working, I thought, because I haven't really traveled much, and I remember the first time I decided to take myself to the beach, I was actually at work I was working in construction. I was on top of a scaffold, and it was a very hot day.
Yeah. No.
And it was
Yes.
a very hot day, and I thought I'd really love to be at the beach at this moment, but I had never been to the beach. And when I got off that scaffold, the first thing that I did was book myself a train from Joburg to Durban. And yeah, and I had the camera at that point, so it was just something that fell into place, I would say.
So let me see if I understood. You already had the passion for. You already had an idea of travels because of what you've been watching with family and everything else. So you studied. You did like civil. Well, civil engineer, right?
Yeah.
So you did civil engineering, and then while you were working for like while you were performing your work as a civil engineer person, you decided that you like more travels than civil engineering. Or oh,
So I like civil engineering.
yeah.
Honestly, it's a good career. I enjoyed being on site.
Yeah.
It's just it's just there's a lot of that goes into it in terms of politics and everything else related to that. So I enjoyed the challenge that it offered, and for me, traveling and living outside of South Africa was always something that I wanted to do at some point in my life.
Okay.
So I had to find ways to get myself out there and have the opportunity or create the opportunity to travel. So civil engineering, I decided to go into teaching because then I can have access to other countries and other cultures, and yeah.
Okay. I think like no, that's good. That's great. But before we getting into deep more about that, I wanted to know like how was your first experience like in travels? Like where did you travel? How was it? Did you feel like it was worth on your first time?
My first time traveling was that I was on a scaffold. I decided to buy a train ticket, socialism mail from Johannesburg to Pretoria, take the train.
Okay.
I took myself to the beach for the first time. I went there alone. I think I was 19 at that point. My parents were not happy about it, going all the way alone. There were all these stories. Hey, they'll do this to you. You're too young. You're a woman, and all of that. But I figured if anything is to happen, it can happen in Polokwane where I'm based. So, I mean, you know so I took myself to Durban. I went to the beach, and it was lovely. It was a good experience, and I thought I want to do more of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, this is impressive. I thought you would say like art because I've heard some people, a lot of people who actually are like, can be influencer or like or vlogger. Some of them they can find it very confused their first time because and the first time they need to also learn how to edit, prepare all this process, record and all that, and some of them they can find it stressful. So, but it wasn't your case.
Right. The ed is true. It's quite stressful. It's a lot of work,
Yeah.
honestly, especially if you're doing travel content, because you shoot here, you shoot there, then you have to come back, combine, because you can't really shoot from home all the way to the airport without having to click off. So you need to invest a lot of time putting the clips together. You have to look for music. There's some typography that you put on the screen. There has to be a flow to things because people you can't tell them, oh guys, we're leaving, and then next thing you're already at the hotel. So people want that sequence of things. So it does require a lot of time. It does require a lot of I wouldn't say skills, but a willingness to learn, really, because it
Dedication
changes.
as well.
Yeah, it changes over time. The way people were vlogging 5 years ago is not the way people are doing it now. Now people are doing lo-fi. Some are not even doing lo-fi. That's not even a thing anymore. So you have to sort of keep up. So it does take a lot of time, but I was willing to learn. I'm willing to learn. So I'm a lifelong learner. So I didn't really mind.
Something that I like about you this whole time. We see on your first experience, but you're doing it all alone. I in no moment I'm seeing you mention your friends,
Right.
your siblings. It's like you're like in a solo mission there. What's up?
I do travel here and there with my siblings more often than with my friends. I think I realized very early on that you can wait for people, but people will be ready when they're ready, and sometimes not all of you are ready at the same time.
Okay.
So I did go to Mozambique, Cape Town, the winelands with my sisters. Yeah, so I don't mind traveling with them. I love traveling with them, but I also love traveling alone. It's just something that I had to learn to appreciate because obviously at the beginning, I would ask them, let's go, let's go, let's go. They can't go because of this, because of that, but I want to go. So, a decision had to be made.
Which one is better, alone or with people?
It depends. It
Yeah.
really depends. I think I prefer alone, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I prefer alone because I can do what I want when I want. And I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunately, but my travel style is different from my friends and family.
Okay.
So I don't mind doing 12,000 steps in a day. I don't mind taking the bus overnight,
Okay.
to get to whatever place. But they would rather take the flight, or they would rather stay at a hotel, vacation, whilst I'd rather travel or take a trip. So I feel like there's a difference there. So yeah, so it's just preference, I guess.
Okay, you just motivate me. Next month I'm gonna do it alone then.
Are you leaving him?
Yes, I'm gonna leave everyone. I'm gonna leave everyone. I'm gonna try alone. Try it. Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
You
I will
should.
try, and then I'm gonna share my experience with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Please do.
Well, moving on to our convo, I want to know what was like basically the first country outside of South Africa you visited. Was it Mozambique?
Yes.
How was it?
So Mozambique was nice. Mozambique is beautiful. The coast is very lovely. The people are nice. The food there, fresh seafood. They have what is it? Tipo tinto. I don't know. Do you guys perhaps know that? Maybe no.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you know, producer?
Tipo tinto.
Do you know? Tipo tinto.
Tipo tinto. It's like a drink.
uh,
It's a mix of
you know,
raspberry.
bro. Ew.
Spaletta raspberry and something else. They mix it together. You don't know.
This man is cooking.
So yeah, so my first trip to Mozambique was actually with an acquaintance, my sister's friend,
Okay.
and it was a group trip. So we went there. We went there as a group of South Africans.
How many?
We filled an Iveco, so maybe around more than 15, maybe around 20 people
Wow.
or so.
Wait. 20 people. I wouldn't shout 20 people. But anyway.
It was a group trip. It was cheap and
Okay.
yeah, it was an opportunity to go outside of South Africa. It was pretty far because we went to Shai Shai, which is almost what I think we spent almost over half a day traveling on the road. But Mozambique is nice, lovely people. They speak Tsonga or Shangan. So if you know a bit of that, you can get around much easier as well.
Shout out to Shangan speakers.
So yeah, it was nice. It was a good experience as well.
Okay, like I mean that's nice. I'm still yet to visit Mozambique as well. I still need to find the right time for it. Yeah, so maybe next year. I'm not sure. I cannot be promised myself anything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I also would love to experience Mozambique. But I keep moving forward to all convo. Like, I want to know, like, did you ever experience the whole South Africa, or you just went from South Africa, Mozambique, and then went somewhere else? Oh,
I did travel around South Africa, so I went to I've never been to Kruger National Park actually.
wow.
I wanted to say I've been to Kruger. I wanted to start with Kruger National Park and go all the way down, but I've never been to Kruger National Park for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I've been to Mpumalanga. I've been to Durban. I've been to PE. I've been to Hole in the Wall in the Eastern Cape. So I did a road trip flew to PE, and then from PE we hired a car with my sister. See, not alone.
Not alone.
With my sister, we hired a car, drove along the garden route. We went along Jeffreys Bay, Tsitsikamma, Storms River. We went to George, Hermanus, Stellenbosch, Cape Town.
Damn, you were traveling, eh?
So-
You were traveling.
So I've done a few places in South Africa, but there's still a lot more. I'd love to do Cape Town towards Namibia, the coast.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the way. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good option. You can do that.
Yeah.
But like, from all the places that you've been in South Africa, what was the best place exactly, and why?
The best place.
Yes, and the worst as well. Please share with us.
I think the best place in South Africa would be. I loved Hermanus. Hermanus is a small town in the Western Cape. It's beautiful one. It's got lovely views. It's close to the winelands. It's pretty safe, I would say. Because I remember when I went there, we went to a market, and it was my sister and I. We got to the market. The demographics were a bit on the other, in a way that wasn't really impressive. You know,
Yeah.
white people, black people working and all of that. But it's okay. We
Okay.
got there, and when we got to the stall, we wanted to buy something, and the lady, their money box was open. And so I tap her. I'm like, yo, your money box is open. Can you close it? She looks at me. She's like, no, don't worry. No one is going to take the money.
Wow.
And
I
I
need
was
to live in
like,
this place then.
is this Africa? And they're not going to do it? And she didn't close it.
I did it.
I thought, oh, this place must be really nice. So, yeah, but besides, Hermanas is quite nice. And Titicaca as well. I love nature, so small towns with access to nature and access to some conveniences are a good one for me.
Would you live there?
Hermanas.
Yeah.
Would I live there? I don't know if I would live there, but
You like chaos.
I wouldn't say I like chaos, but I don't think I'd live there. I don't think so. It's a nice destination if you wanna keep it on the low.
So one of those places you like to appreciate from far, right?
Right.
I want to be far. I don't want to stay there, but I want to appreciate you guys from far.
It's one of those. Yeah.
Okay, but do you have like any experience that you can say that it was the least best for you here, like while traveling around South Africa?
The least, I think I would say Durban, a
Ouch.
certain part of Durban. I think, in South Africa we have an issue with maintenance. So a lot of places in downtown Durban by the main beach, I forgot the name. It's not really well maintained in
Okay.
a way. So if perhaps people were to the government or people that were responsible were to maintain the whole area, because by the coastline it's well maintained, the hotels are nice, but once you leave that area and go to the next street after that, it's a different story. So I guess that part of Durban.
Okay.
But everything else is nice. The people are lovely. the coast is nice. It's beautiful. It's warmer than Joburg. It's nice.
One of the Joburg. Okay, I believe it. Maybe it's true, honestly. Yeah, it's just because I like Joburg so much. So
You like?
I like Joburg so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yes. It is special for me. I mean, it's kind of appreciative. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. So, and I appreciate your honest review about South Africa places. So, but moving on to our convo, I'd like to know, like, okay, you were just exploring like the whole South Africa, Mozambique, and then you went straight to Asia. So, what like awakened this opportunity for you to go to Asia, basically to different places in Asia, if I can say, before Japan? Yes.
So, going to my first time in Asia was Thailand. So, the guy that I went to Mozambique with, he opened up a travel agency.
Okay.
So I helped host some of the trips, and I also helped shoot content for some of his trips, so videos and pictures. And whilst he was doing South African trips, he decided to do Thailand. It was his first international trip via the agency that he created. So I got to go to Thailand with him, and I guess I got a good deal out of it. And that was my first experience with Asia, Thailand. Yeah.
Okay, but how was Thailand basically? This experience, how was like the process of vlogging and everything else in Thailand? I actually saw some videos of you there in Thailand, but I would like you to tell me more about this experience in Thailand.
Thailand was nice. Thailand is beautiful. It was very humid. I think that was the first impression that I got in Thailand, when you get off the flight and it's just so humid. But it was very lovely. I loved the markets. You can eat for cheap there, and it caters to various types of travelers. So it caters to budget travelers, people that have a particular budget. So it's not just people that want to be in villas and all of that. So depending on your budget, you can have a different experience in Thailand. And it's a country that invested a lot in its tourism. So it's
Okay.
very easy to travel to different destinations. It's easy to get information. It's easy to get contacts for people that can help you out on the way. The food is awesome. The markets are great. They have good food. Just get your charcoal peels if you're like me. But the experience was lovely. Beautiful scenery, beautiful beaches, islands. Yeah, it was lovely.
Okay, can you tell us like a budget of how much do you need to get to save to go to Thailand?
So if you want to go to Thailand, I'd say 20. If you're doing your own thing, I'd say 20,000 rand at least.
Bro, like by myself, for example.
Yeah,
Okay.
one person.
20,000 for how long, for how many days? It would be like 5 days. Also,
5 7 days.
I mean, like not bad
But
considering. Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, if you're a traveler, if you're a vacationer, don't probably save more. But yeah, you can get flights for maybe 13K also, and then spend the rest on accommodation. You probably need to put in more money um for activities depending on what you like or what you want to do. But there are massages. You can go for a massage for cheap.
There are a lot of Thai massage here in South Africa, by the way. Speaking about
Right.
this. I don't know about-
You can get the. I'm not saying the ones in South Africa are not the real
Yeah.
thing, but if you're getting a Thai massage in Thailand, I
mean,
think that would be a
I think it would be
different
worth to try.
experience. Yeah.
But what I would say it was the best thing you experienced like in Thailand?
The markets.
The market. So the market is like explained it there.
It's lovely. It's nice. There's different types of food. People are playing music. You shop if you want to shop. You eat all sorts of food. You can sample different types of food, depending on what you like. The food is spicy. I like spicy food.
Me not too much. Depends.
So there's seafood,
Yeah,
there's
it's,
meat, there's vegan if you are vegan. Yeah, and I think just the way they have their religion. So most of them are Buddhist. So one thing that surprised me going there was that in every house, almost every house, they have like a altar by the gate. It's where they have food offerings for their gods. So every now and then they would put food by the altar by the gate. So that was something interesting for me to see. And I think, I don't know if it's the government or it's the ingenuity of the people. So most houses in front is a business and at the back it's where people live. So there's a lot of hustling going on in Thailand. I appreciated that. So I felt, yeah, people are hustling out there. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. You got my interest. I actually never really thought about Thailand like that. Thailand for me was all about movies. Thailand, Muay Thai as well, martial arts. I never really got that interest in wanting to go to Thailand straight. But now that you explained better, and I think you don't need visa to go there, right? To
South
Thailand,
Africans,
No,
no.
yeah, you don't need visa to go there. So I think it's easier in terms of access, instead of because it's less work and everything else. So yeah, I think it would be a very good destination. So, but I want to know, like, to how many places in Asia have you been to, like in total, basically?
So I've been to six Asian countries.
6. Oh, 6 is a lot.
Can I say 7? I've been to Macau, which is a part of mainland China.
Yeah, it's China, yes.
But then I was coming from Hong Kong.
It's also China.
It's also China.
No, but
Is it China though?
I mean, you can just refer to place, not country by itself. So, okay, it's easier. Okay, we've been to Hong Kong, Macau.
Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, Thailand, the Philippines,
Philippines.
South
Wow.
Korea. Yeah.
South Korea. Okay. In between these countries, like, which one was the best for you to visit? The one that you went there and be like, yo, now this one is a must, the best one to visit.
To visit.
Yes.
I like different countries for different reasons.
Okay. Okay. Can you explain each reason from each country that you choose?
So I liked the Philippines.
Okay.
Filipino food is actually quite nice. I don't know why it's not popular.
So we must go to Philippines, bro. So what else in terms of food?
The food is nice. The people are nice as well. I liked South Korea
Okay.
for the food.
Again.
The food is nice. The conveniences in South Korea are also very nice. If you like K culture, K-pop, K-drama, definitely go to
Yes, dorama.
yeah
As well.
K-drama. Definitely go to South Korea. The people love to have a good time, so it's quite nice. It's quite safe as well. I like that it was very safe. And obviously Japan.
Don't give insight into Japan because you're gonna get there. That's where you're coming from. Where you coming from? Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think Philippines and South Korea definitely.
what about Hong Kong and Macau? How was the experience there?
Hong Kong was also very nice. Very tall buildings. You think you know tall buildings, but you go to Hong Kong and you're just like, wait, what? How many floors is this? And how do you guys go all the way up? The lifts must be working really well all the time because wow. Hong Kong is nice, and because I did civil engineering, so it was a marvel for me to look at the structures and just realize the amount of work that went into that. Also, I liked the food in Hong Kong is quite good as well. Although it's a very homogeneous place. I met a lovely guy, Chinese guy in Hong Kong that I still keep in touch with in Hong Kong, and because they speak Cantonese and Mandarin, some of them
Okay.
speak Mandarin, so he helped me navigate the whole city essentially.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wait, the person you met there was was he doing his job or you just met him, become friend, and he was helping you show the place?
So what happened was I was at a temple. So this is in the middle of the city. They have a temple, a Taoist temple. So I went there. For some reason, religious buildings in Asia also are also tourist or sightseeing areas. So I went to this temple. I was at this temple alone, in this temple with Asian people around me. This guy's behind me. I see that he wants to talk to me, right? When you know that this guy wants to talk to you, it's like, okay, fine, let him talk to me. Because when in Hong Kong, there are a lot of Chinese people there. So they were taking pictures of me. And
But why?
I guess
Yeah.
because they've never seen black people.
Oh, yeah.
So it was getting to me just because, if you want to take a picture of me, take a picture of me, but ask me. Don't try steal a picture because you'd find them doing all these things and you're just like,
That's awkward, I ain't gonna lie.
just ask
Yeah.
So I was getting a bit agitated with that. And then this guy comes, I was like, okay, fine, let's just talk. He talks to me. And then he's from mainland China, but he was just there for sightseeing in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And so we just started talking, and then he had interest in Japanese culture, and we just spent the day essentially with him showing me around Hong Kong and taking me to all these different places in Hong Kong. And
Are the many of us in love?
no, no, man, I wouldn't say that.
Well, like you say that you was taking pictures and all that. I've seen some videos in China. China is something because there are a lot of black people get in touch and be like, "Can I touch you, please?" and all that. And I've seen a video of a guy. He lives in China, and they were speaking with two kids actually. So the kids they were like, asking like question like, "Hey, well, what did you paint yourself? I'm so curious."
Yeah.
And you're like, "No, I didn't paint myself." Oh, wasn't your father white? I'm like, no, my father is dark skinned. We're like, no, I don't believe in you. So I want to know, do you experience this a lot? Like this type of, intimacy that I wouldn't say intimacy, this type of experience, like taking picture of wanting to touch you, touch your hair. Did you experience this a lot in China?
I did experience it in Hong Kong, more so in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And people wanted to take pictures. Some people that give you their baby, you take a picture with their baby.
Well,
You know?
okay. I don't know how would I feel if you just give me a baby. Please,
And
let's just take
you're
a
just there
picture.
like, okay, they'll show them when they're grown for whatever reason.
There is. Take my baby,
You
please.
know? Or you just see them coming to you with a camera, they want to take a selfie with you. Some of them, when I was with this guy, some of them were taking pictures of me and he was translating what they were saying and he would tell me what they're saying. Some of them are complimenting, honestly.
Okay.
Well, according to his translation. But they do offer compliments here and there. It's just I guess they're curious and it can get to you, but you just need to understand where they're coming from, especially if they're not doing something that you're uncomfortable with
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's definitely a thing, touching you, taking pictures, wanting to touch your hair, ask you questions. Yeah.
Okay, but so you didn't find it uncomfortable. So that's good at least. Because some people, they can be like, what's going on here, So,
It can get to you. It was uncomfortable for me when I would see somebody taking a picture, but they don't want me to see that they're taking a picture.
Yes.
So you catch them, stealing a video. And I'm just like, why don't you just ask? It's a bit weird. But yeah, you sort of get used to it in a way, or try to remind yourself why they're doing it, I guess.
Okay. No, but at least you actually, like instead of you understood their side. I'm not sure. Me, I would be feeling awkward if I was me. I'm like, what's going on here? You understand? It would be weird for me, but I feel like maybe because you've been for so many times for so long, like in Asia, visited 6 places, different places in Asia. I think that this actually may influence a lot in how you see things.
Right. I mean, and I also need to understand that I left my place and came to their territory. So
Yeah.
there's that. So there's that. And I think if I'm to let it affect my trip, then it's not gonna be a good experience. So
Okay.
it's just one of those, it does happen. And so, it is what it is.
Okay. How like to play no, right now, I'd like to play a quick game with you. This or that. Do you know how to play this or that?
I choose.
Yeah, you choose one and then you say why and everything else, and then
Okay.
I got share my experience. The first this or that would be road trip or train journey.
Road trip or train journey?
Yes.
Train.
Why?
Because I'm not doing a lot of work. I'm just there enjoying myself with the views, drinking, eating. Yeah,
Okay. I also would go with train journey because road trip, hey, the backs,
exactly.
the backs is crazy. You will not stand up properly.
Yeah.
The second one would be guided tour or self exploration.
Self exploration.
Why? Why self exploration? What is this?
Because depending, but some places it's very. Oh, there's the issue of over tourism. And I think oftentimes when you go on a tour, you don't get to see what you want to see. So they tell you, oh, by 10 past, we're leaving, we're going there. So what if you want to stay behind or you want to take up or you want to do something else? So there's not a lot of leeway for you to go at a pace that you like, or maybe you don't like the place you want to leave. So then what happens? So if you self-explore, then you can do things at your own pace.
Okay. Nah, me, I will go get a tour. I don't like to get lost. I don't like to. Yeah,
It's Google Maps.
I mean, oh, I don't like to get lost. I like to make sure. I don't want to concern my parents about anything. But anyway, the next one would be street food or fine dining.
Street food.
Why for street food?
Street food is great. You get bigger portions for
Yeah.
cheaper. This is where you get what the people are eating. So you're not necessarily getting. You're not necessarily eating I don't want to say food that's been westernized, but you
Okay.
get the real deal, I guess.
All right. If someone said that the sketchier is the food, the better it tastes. So that's why street food is best.
Not the sketch. I mean, maybe people
Yeah,
love my
I
and
mean,
it's a
I
bit
think I'll also go
sketchy.
for street food, mainly if I'm travel to a different place. I mean, try to save money and everything. Just with fine dining. I mean, maybe once in the travel,
Yeah,
maybe
just the
once,
one night you
one
dress up
night,
real nice, you go
yeah.
there. Yeah.
So the next one would be relaxing spa or adrenaline sports.
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline sport. Why adrenaline?
I love adrenaline. I love it. I love it. I've done a lot of adrenaline
What was the
sports,
craziest one?
bungee jumping.
Whoa.
Yeah, I bungee jumped in Titicama and free falling at the Soweto Towers. That was fun.
Yo, bungee jumping. How was it? How did you? Me, I still didn't get. I didn't receive this courage to do bungee jumping. What's up?
It was very, it was very scary, but it's very fun. So yeah, I think when you stand by, before that, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And you get to the platform and it's time. You're just like, oh my gosh, this might not have been the greatest idea. But it's scary when you go down, when you're still free falling. It's scary because you're thinking, is this rope gonna hold me up? What's happening? And then the rope yanks you up, and then you just like, okay, there's hope. I can make it down. you know, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. My soul left my body. If I do
really.
this, I left my body.
You'd
Because
have
yeah,
to,
nah, you are very
yeah.
brave. Because so far, I would say the most dangerous things that I've done. It's not even about sports. It will be me playing for cheetah. But I don't think cheetah is even that
Playing?
thing with a cheetah.
Oh
Actually, yes,
yeah.
like giving milks and all that. And like you're
Yeah.
staying there for 15 minutes. Yeah,
And
even concerned my parents because of that. What are you doing? Don't do this.
how old was this pig? How big was this cheetah?
It was big. It was big. It was an adult cheetah actually. She was 10 years old actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was already like in form. It was like licking my hands and then be like, "Yo, what time is it? Isn't it done? Not yet, not yet. Please, somebody stop it." But how did like your parents or like your family friends reacted when you did the bungee jump? Didn't they get concerned?
So with my parents, I don't really tell them before I go. I tell them after I win.
That's the best actually.
you know, but yeah, my siblings like adventure, so
By the way, did you tell your parents after you did after you done?
yeah.
How
After
did they
bungee
react?
jumping, at this point they're just like Marawena. At this point, they're just like, "Hi, what can we say?"
Okay, makes sense. I appreciate it. So my last this or that would be cooking class or wine tasting.
Oh snap! I can't say wine tasting.
No, you can actually say.
I can say wine tasting, but I developed an allergy
For wine.
for wine. Unfortunately,
What allergy is this? That can only be kept. Let's test again. This in no way. Your allergy to wine. What does it come from?
So I
Oh,
I growing up I had asthma, but it wasn't that serious.
okay.
And then
Look,
I I didn't have it for years.
yeah.
And then I got it I had a asthma, not an attack, but like what's the word? Infection type of thing,
Yeah.
asthma episode.
Okay.
And then it came back as an adult. And when it does that, usually you get an allergy against
Wine.
sulfite. Sulfite. So this is a
Okay.
preservative in vinegar, wine, dark liquor, beer, whiskey,
So no type of wine you can drink. No wine. Not even.
I mean, I can drink it, but I
Yeah.
can't drink a lot of it.
How many glasses?
I've never tried, but whenever I drink it, then like I can feel my chest tighten up.
Like on the first glass.
Yeah.
Damn. So you should drink half glass. That's amazing.
But no, I feel like the great thing about wine tasting is getting to try different wines.
Yes.
So I can't really do that anymore.
I'm so sorry.
So I'd have to go with cooking. But my heart,
But that's against your own will. You
maybe.
imagine. Against your own will, imagine that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let this one slide. Let me thought it just create a pain inside of me. It's
Ah,
painful to
man.
hear that, but okay, it is
Yeah.
fun now because man, I'll go for one class. Cooking class depend of the lecture can be kind of tiring for me. I don't like to be scolded.
Do you
Like
like to cook? Do you cook?
I cook, I
Okay.
cook everything. Not
Does he
pop,
cook?
not pop,
Does he
but
cook?
everything. It's you know. I'm very good at cooking, honestly.
Okay.
The best in this house, actually.
Oh, okay.
First me and then the rest. I don't know if the second or third, but I'm the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can even make you try my meals. I think you may enjoy it, honestly.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay.
I don't have a reason to lie when it comes to cooking. They know that.
He doesn't look convinced. He doesn't look convinced. But
It's
okay.
just free hating. I'm telling you. It's just a free hating here at this
Okay.
point. You are very good at cooking, right?
I do enjoy cooking. Yeah, I like cooking.
Oh, wow, that's graceful. That's very graceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
On top.
But I don't like cooking pap. But
I also don't like. That's the only thing that I don't cook. I ain't gonna lie. Gun to my head, yeah, I'm gonna be dead. Yeah.
is it because you can't or you don't like doing it?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
I
like.
can. I just don't like.
I don't like the part of eating the pop, not like cooking. Nah, I don't like the messy stuff. The part, I don't like even the clean.
The cleaning. I think that's what got me the cleaning. Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
I
like
prefer not
cleaning.
even try it. No, well, so yeah, but I can do everything, not but except pop.
Makes sense. I get it.
Okay, but thank you so much for playing this game. Going back to our convo, I want you to
Wait,
talk
can I
about.
have water?
Oh, sorry. Bro. You know I can cook. I don't know why you hating, but anyway,
What do you cook though?
everything. I can make you taste one of these days. No problem.
What is everything?
Nah. Chicken, meat, everything. Everything that you can ask me, I do it.
Okay.
Yeah, everything. Not pasta.
What is the
Pasta is not cooking for me.
Um,
Just putting the pasta on the water. That's not cooking for me.
what is people from Angola are
Angolans.
Angolans.
Yes.
What do they eat? What's the staple?
Mm, we have a lot of stuff, but we call it the main one. We call it muffet.
Moufette.
Yes, basically it's like fish, with beans and also sweet potatoes. And slowly, how do I say batata rena? Oh, just potatoes. Sweet potatoes is
Cassava?
normal cassava as well. No, but cassava. Sometimes some families they include cassava, or they not really. Yeah, that was in. There is something else that I'm forgetting the name, how to pronounce it. But yeah, I may show you. But it's very nice. But we also eat a lot of pop as well.
Oh, you eat pap?
A lot,
Really?
a
I didn't
lot.
know that.
I have an uncle. That man is eating pop on midnight. He's making his wife making midnight. Yeah, I know someone who eats pop every single day in the morning. He cannot leave the house. He go to job. He needs at 6 a.m. He needs to have his own pop they eat before going to work. So we
Get along with petty people. They like pap.
so you eat a lot of pop.
Not me personally, because I don't
I
like cooking it. But yeah, a lot of petty people eat a lot of pap.
I'm not. I don't think they eat more than the Angolans one. This guy they are addicted to
Petty
pop.
people.
I don't think it's more.
Hey, you don't know them.
The reason why I'm saying that I have an auntie. She literally have a plate, a little bit of sauce. The rest is pop. Imagine. And then she doesn't care. She's gonna be like easy.
Okay.
They eat. But I don't know. I need
Maybe we
to.
have a competition. We have Angolians versus petty people. And
Yeah, I
they
think
eat
it
pap.
would be worthy. I think it would be worthy.
Really?
Yeah. But we eat a lot of pop. We have different type of meals with pop actually, with fish, with chicken, different type. Even with different actually different.
I'm actually jealous that other African countries eat a lot of fish. South Africa, fish is not a thing.
But I think it's because for example, majority of population, for example, one fact, it stays more like for example in Gauteng. And I also think it's more about the fact that there isn't like fishing like in a strong like abundance in South Africa compared, for example, to Mozambique. Mozambique is a
But we have the coastline. We have a
yeah,
coastline all like going around the whole country. But
yeah,
fish is not.
but the fish, how is the fish from this area? For example, is
I'm
it
pretty
like
sure it's good. I don't know.
there must be a reason because
I'm pretty sure there's some Chinese boats there getting the fish,
okay,
because we don't really have a big seafood industry in South Africa, I don't
yes,
think.
I think there is a reason for that. I believe so.
There probably is because the Bantu people are herders, cattle, and
Yeah,
livestock. So maybe that's the reason.
yeah, I think maybe because of the, for example, Mozambique, they eat a lot of fish because their country is basically they consume a lot of fish. They always spend too much time in those ocean. So yeah,
Right.
they spend too much time there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we don't even have traditional boats. Because I feel like every other African country has the traditional boats where they have the local fishermen that they go to the open sea to get fish.
Yeah.
It's not a thing in South Africa. There's no traditional South
No,
African
no, but look at
boat.
good side. You guys have quarter, fried chicken,
Oh,
chicken
wow.
gin. Oh, yeah.
Those are just modern foods that
Yeah,
we
but
made a
our chicken
plan.
he's nice. I think he's the best in chicken.
Chicken.
Yes, I don't know how you guys prepare
Why
chicken.
though?
I know, I just like
Chicken.
chicken. I mean, there is a unique way of preparing chicken here. Okay, so that's a good praise. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
We'll
something.
take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, take it like from chicken. Chicken is
But
probably
the meat in South Africa is amazing.
amazing as well. For me, it's the best. Best? I don't know between South Africa and Brazil. I'm between those two, but those two they produce amazing meat. Amazing meat. I just don't know which one is better, but both are amazing, honestly. But anyway, I'm getting hungry. Let's move convo. Moving to the convo. I would love you to talk about your experience in Japan. How did you get there? First of all.
So Japan. So actually, one of the guy who started a travel agency that I went to Mozambique with. I had posted on WhatsApp about how I'd like to go teach in Asia, live in Asia, and he told me about one of the ladies that was actually in Japan teaching. So he connected me to one of the ladies. She was also on the trip that I went to Mozambique. So he connected me with her. So I knew her from the trip, and he was like, "Oh, you remember this lady? She's also in Japan teaching. Talk to her." And then I talked to her, and I was like, "Okay, I'll get you a drink when I come to Japan." And I applied, and fortunately, everything went according to plan, and I went to Japan.
This plug that you got from Mozambique just took us
Right. I'm only realizing now, like, that guy actually played a major role in my life,
It's
right?
just a plug. I don't know what happened this Mozambique trip, but that was the best thing that happened.
I'm actually
so far.
realizing now. I'm just like, oh, yeah. I guess you can connect. You can only connect the dots looking back.
No, but that's amazing, if I can say. So wait, so basically you went there, like, and got a job opportunity basically there, and you went there like as a teacher, right?
Yes.
English teacher and everything else. But how was like the first months there, the adaptation? For how long did you stay there? Sorry.
I was in Japan for 3 years.
3 years, okay. And so how was the first months like when you adapting yourself there?
So I arrived when there was still COVID there. Well, in South Africa, COVID was in the past, but somehow Japan, it was still lingering.
Okay.
So when I got there, we had to quarantine in Tokyo. So we were at a hotel for about 3 days. And then from Tokyo, they took me and the other guy. We went to the train station, and everybody else actually, they went to their different placements around Japan. So I was in a rural area. By rural, I mean the standards that Japan has for rural. It's not rural as in South African rural, but it's considered
Rural, okay.
So I got on the train, this bullet train. It's fancy, it's nice. We are leaving. I see these nice city, Tokyo, amazing. and then I just start seeing rice fields. I'm like, okay, where are we going? Because we're leaving the city behind and it's just rice fields and mountains. Like, okay, interesting. And yeah, and then I got to Fukui, which is a smaller city, smaller train station. And yeah, and then I went to my placement. They took me to my apartment where I lived there. And my first month in there, it was just me, because I had 7 days off before starting work because
Okay.
of COVID. It was during COVID, so they didn't want me to interact with the students then. So I had a week to just acclimatize myself to the environment, get to know where the post is, the bank is, and all of that. And my first month there, the one thing that I struggled with, I'd say, was the food.
Okay.
So the food is different from what we have back home or here in South Africa. So there was a lot of getting used to that I needed to do. The ingredients, just going to the supermarket, I can't read anything. I don't understand
Yeah.
anything. I can't read the boards. I can't. It's just everything around me is just new. And yeah, but I was able to adapt. And yeah, that was the first month pretty much. Just shock, essentially.
Well, like how basic you say that it was hard because you didn't understand about what was being written in the food and everything else. How could you basically manage it to go translate or something like that? You got like support for someone else who was helping you in this sense.
So for translation, you need to get a Google Lens. I don't know if you're familiar with Google Lens.
Nah, I'm not familiar honestly.
It's an app on Google where you can take a picture or just open your camera, put it over whatever writing, and then it will translate for
Oh, I
you.
think I've heard this functionality actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
but I
pretty
never
much
try. I
it.
never use it honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'll do. So my first time there, I had to like go to the supermarket. Anything that I think looks like what I'm looking for. I had to, take out my phone, translate, and if it's not what I'm looking for, then, move on to something else. But that's how I went grocery shopping the first time that I went there. And also just translating, I used Google Translate, so you can do voice or text, and then you can talk to the steward or whatever person. And I remember the first time I got to the supermarket, I had memorized what I want to say. You go to the supermarket and you're at home, you're memorizing, you're like, okay, you're going to ask me if I want a plastic bag. This is what I'm going to say. This is what they're going to say. And then I get there, they say something totally different. Because
Wow.
in Japan, when you go to the supermarket or even the convenience store, the first thing they welcome you. So they go, "Irashaimase," and then they're just saying welcome.
Yeah.
But then they're saying it in such a way that you think they're talking to you. So you're just like, huh? And then they're also like, huh? So there was that. But yeah, the people are polite, they're nice, they do take their time to try to understand you, and you also have to break it down in a way that you guys are able to communicate. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice because something that I know, something that I've seen, like, but one of the big things that I've seen in Japan, because it's also my dream country. One day I would love to visit Japan.
You should.
Yes, one day because it's just amazing. It's how people usually praise the respect Japanese people have. They're very respectful, they're very polite, and they're very strict at the same time. So in every sense, in this level, this behavior of being strict actually also impact in the work life. So I wanted to know how was you managing this lifestyle in the workplace, living in Japan?
So, the first thing that you need to know going into a different country is that their rules and their ways are made for them and for their system.
Okay.
So you need to respect their system. It's not there for you, it's there for them.
Yeah.
So that's just the attitude that you need to have throughout your time. They understand that things work for them. It is how it is for them.
For
It's not
that.
for you. It's not for your comfort. You are just an extra, you know. But it is a very homogeneous country, so everybody looks the same.
Oi.
Everybody speaks the same. Everybody, they understand each other
Yeah.
because they are the same. It's not as diverse as South Africa.
Okay.
And so it is quite strict. So fortunately, the program that I was with, there was a lot of support or information that they gave us before coming. So they told us about what to expect, the rules to follow at school, what to do when you get to school, what the school expects of you, how do you greet, when do you greet, what to say. They also have these greetings that you say at specific times, like when you're
Whoa.
coming into work, when you're leaving work, you have to say things like, "Oh, you look tired," which translates to "you are working really hard," you know. So, which is like a compliment, but the actual translation is "you look very tired," but it means you're working really hard. So there's a lot of that the program that I was under prepares you for.
Okay.
But the rules are very strict. You just need to be aware that you are in addition to a system that's already functional for its people.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Because I know that some people they can struggle to adapt to this, They can actually struggle, to even getting used to someone else's culture. But the fact that how long did it take to adapt basically, at least in the workplace?
It took a while. It
Like
took maybe 3 months or so,
I
maybe
mean not
even
bad.
more. Maybe to adapt to the workplace outside of the classroom, yes. But
Yeah.
when I went there to work as a teacher, but I didn't have any teaching experience, so that was a different conversation.
You never had any teaching experience. That's your
So
first time experience teaching is outside your own country.
exactly,
Now that's what you
you
call it
know.
trying. Yeah, you try really, and you were good.
I mean,
Yes, yeah.
I would like to believe I was good enough.
I mean, you spent the 3 years, so I didn't know you were
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So I didn't have any experience teaching. So that took me even longer to get used to it. And because they're not very confrontational, so there's a lot of subtle messaging that you have to be aware of, understand. And because for me, when I got there, I was like, okay, I'm going to be open for criticism after each class. I'd want to ask the teacher, what did you think of this? What should we do this? No, no, no. But they'll just be like, oh, it was okay, you know? So there's a certain way that you have to approach these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
where, you allow them to be able to give you criticism, and you also are open to learning and, reiterating whatever you did just to get the hang of things.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice. I wanted to ask you something. Yeah, as was mentioned before, they're actually very strict. So I want to know, did you ever experience like a foreign people having issues with Japanese, like either recordings or like anything else like in Japan, knowing that them as a society they're actually very strict.
Right. So, I mean, I've experienced situations where I wasn't aware that you're doing something wrong,
Okay.
and, maybe you get on the train and you're talking to your friend and you're just talking. It's not even you're being rowdy or anything. But then people are uncomfortable around you. So you have to be
Uh,
aware, or you need to be, yeah, you essentially just have to be aware. I remember this one time, I wanted to take a bus and I got to the bus stop. I talked to this lady. I'm like, a young girl, actually. I talked to her. I'm like, oh, I'm looking for this bus. When does it arrive? And the next bus that pulls in, it stops right in front of me. So there are different bus stops. So it pulls right in front of where we were standing. And I see her getting really uncomfortable. And she doesn't tell me that this is the bus that you're supposed to be taking. People are getting on. I'm waiting for her to tell me, like, because she just told me it's coming, but it's here. She's not saying anything. But I see her pacing up and down. I'm like, okay. Until I asked, I'm like, is this the one? She's like, yeah, this
Oh
is
wow!
the one. So you just need to be aware of such things. Although that wasn't very a scenario where one was disrespecting the culture, but yeah, you do get to see people that are maybe noisy. I mean, even me, when I was there, to some level I became Japanese because something started to irritate me as well. Because I'd be like, why are you noisy on the train, and I mean, I'm not Japanese. In taxis back home, we are loud. So something started to get at me as well, just because I got used to certain systems.
Okay, but like I think Japanese they actually express themselves a lot, like from but they usually use them board to express themselves a lot, right? Because you're seeing that you could look from their faces how they react that they are not enjoying whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So, now this one is yeah.
Yeah, but it takes a while because I'm from South Africa. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So when you get there, you don't know these subtle ways that they're communicating to you. You're like, oh, should we do this? And they're like, maybe no. Or they're like, I don't know, what kind of night? And you're just like, okay, I guess. But then then you have to, after a while, do you pick up that, oh, actually when they're on the fence about things, it usually means this way and this expresses this. So you have to dig deeper or reconsider whatever. So it's only after a while that you get to pick up these things. But initially, it's something that you're not aware of, and you might step on some toes without even knowing that.
Ish, at least you fast. And I'm sometimes making me too slow. I'm like, ish, whatever. You say, don't know, whatever. I would take like 1 year to understand. To basically understand this stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does
Yes.
take a while. It helps because, I had a foreign co-teacher.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I would just run things by him, and he'd tell me, oh, okay, this is what they mean by that or whatever. So it did help, and it does help when you're abroad to have a community of people, foreign and locals, where you can bounce off things.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. And that I'm really happy that you could manage it to be a Japanese person for 3 years. But moving forward to our convo, I want to know how could you conciliate basically your work with vlogging while you're at Japan?
Right. So, I was working full time, 8 to 4:30. So, vlogging was usually something that I did. I'd take the content during the weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday, and then during the week, I'd edit. So, I'd spend the entire week after work editing, and then post the following week or so. So I'd usually shoot content during the weekend and make sure that at least during the week there's something for me to work on, and then I can post maybe the following week or 2 weeks later or so. Yeah.
Okay. At least you found yourself you found yourself great time to keep doing what you really enjoy. And that's where I started seeing like great contents from you. More way greater content from you. And one of the craziest content I saw from you in Japan was this thing where you were eating like a living fish. What was that?
Right.
I wasn't even commenting with your sis. I'm like, what was going on? Like, you're right? What is she eating? What is she even eating? What's happening?
So
Yeah.
that was actually on a solo trip that I did, driving across Japan, and it's actually in Kyoto.
Kyoto. Oh, damn, Kyoto's beautiful. Eh? I
It's
love
actually,
Kyoto.
yeah. It's actually in Kyoto, so it's small fishes. I went to the market there, and it was a small market, and I was walking around. I was like, ugh, nothing is interesting here. I've ate all of these things. I was looking for something new to try, right? And so I see people around the stall, and I'm like, okay, this is where the people are. What's happening here? And I look and I see all these live fish. I was like, oh, okay, we eating live fish. Let's do that.
Wow.
And it was cheap. This guy put it in the bowls, gave me the tray, and yeah, I decided to try it. But it's not anything to write home about. It's just it's like
Uh,
cartilage,
But
chicken cartilage.
but wait, when you put like the fish in your mouth, doesn't it like making noise here, starting moving?
It
Stuff
does move, so you have to
but
make
you need to bite straight.
you need to make sure that you bite at least once. Every fish you bite it once
So
because
I
you
can
want to
imagine.
swallow it live. So
I can
yeah,
imagine you biting so fast.
yeah, it's literally like that. It's
Please, please.
literally like that. You have to make sure that you bite each and every fish to make sure it at least dies on the way down there. So yeah, but you have vinegar, so you add the vinegar to it, and
Yeah.
then you just take drink. I guess drink because it's in a cup, and then you chew, 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 chew. Make sure you chew everything and then swallow.
Where would you rank this food like between all Japanese food you've consumed there?
Pardon?
Where would you rank this food?
The fish?
Yeah, the fish, living fish, actually, like on top 10, top 5, top
No,
3.
it's not worth it. Honestly, it's just you don't taste the fish. It's like cartilage with vinegar, soy vinegar. You don't taste the fish because they're very small. You don't really taste the fish.
So you basically just like eating for the sake of eating.
I didn't know. It's not like I eat the fish every day. It was just a once-off experience where I was like, oh, okay, let me try this. So it wasn't. It's not a thing that we eat often, and even Japanese people. Some people don't know it because I usually after my travels, I tell the students about what I did, because part of the job is to internationalize the kids. So some teachers liked me talking about my travels. So I asked the kids, I'm like, do you know this fish? They were all like, well, most of them were like, we don't know that. So it's not that common.
Okay, 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 okay. But if we're like to rank like the best meals in Japan, which one would it be? Like your top 3?
Ooh. Top three. It would
Ramen. Okay, I'm just saying
ramen,
random.
right? Of course. I'd probably rank ramen first, tonkotsu ramen. So
Damn, I was right.
it's really good. Tonkotsu ramen. Second would have to be sushi. Japanese sushi is different from sushi that we have in South Africa.
So saying these ones are fakes.
Yeah, this one is. Yeah, they made it for your comfort. And I love matcha snacks,
Okay.
and I also like what they call yakisoba. It's basically noodles, and different places make it in a different way. In Hiroshima, they add oysters to it, so it's a pancake, but the base is noodles, and then they add cabbage and sauce and oysters.
Damn, I'm curious. I want to try it now.
Yeah, so yakisoba is a fun food. No, that's okonomiyaki. That's not yakisoba. But yakisoba is also
I
good,
mean, if you
actually.
maintain, if you
Okonomiyaki.
kept that one, I wouldn't even question you. You know that I would be like, yes, I've got to know there was also food.
Yeah, my bad. My
I know
bad.
ramen. Ramen. That's the only thing that I know.
Yeah, it's pretty popular ramen, and there are different types of ramens.
Which one is the best? I've only tried one for pork.
Tonkotsu is the best. It's creamy. It also has pork and eggs, but the soup is different. So they have different things that they add to the soup. So either chicken or chicken and pork broth salt, miso, which is like soybeans paste. Or yeah, so there are different types.
Damn. Damn. I'm very curious. Now I need to go to Japan. Maybe I don't know when, but I need to be there.
You should definitely
Yeah,
go.
I actually need to be there because actually, the way their meal looks tasteful.
It's
Tasteful.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
quite good.
I was watching. Once I watched like it was like a YouTuber. He went to Japan, and he was saying like Japanese people they don't eat too much. They usually consume like in small plates. And one of these days, he said that he consumed that plate, but he didn't finish. And the guy felt offended. Like, what's going on here? There isn't anything wrong. He felt so bad. They were like, no, let me just finish it. Let me finish it right now. So I don't know. Did you ever experience something like that? Like how basic the culture like of them, their consumption there? Because,
So yes, so you need to finish your food, even in school. Although some, depending on the teacher, some and depending on the school, because we get school lunch
yeah.
every day. So the students are encouraged to finish the food because you serve yourself. So you need to serve yourself enough food that you know you will finish.
Okay.
Right. So there's that. Then when you go to a restaurant, you also have to finish your food.
That seems like a threat. I'm just saying. Like,
And yeah, I guess there are also subtle things, subtle messages like that, because the reason they said the reason that they slap the ramen, like when they eat they do the whole sound, it's because it's a compliment to the chef.
oh, so you need to do that.
Yeah, so they do that to let the chef know, okay, this is quite good.
So you need this looking at chef.
Yeah, right. So that is a compliment to the chef. That's actually one thing that I didn't want to pick up in Japan. I was like, I can't do this at home.
It made it looking like straight there. I'm like, ish, nah. I don't think I also cannot do that. I don't think I also
Yeah.
can do that, honestly.
Yeah, so there are subtle things like that that you need to be aware of. But I think in a restaurant you can get away with it as a foreigner, maybe. I just yeah.
Not looking Japanese enough to criticize you, so let me leave you. Anyway, I wanted to ask you like between like all the places that you've been to Japan, what were the best place you've been to and why?
The best places that I've been to in Japan, I went to Naoshima. So Naoshima is an island, and it's an art island. So they have different museums, different art installations there as well. So if you're into art museums, it's a lovely place to visit. It's beautiful. And one of the most beautiful places that I went to as well was what's this place? It's a temple in Fukui where I was based. So it's a Buddhist temple.
Okay.
It's called Eheiji Temple. So they have practicing monks there. So if you do want to experience monk culture, you
Okay.
can do that as well. But the place is lovely. It's in between the mountains. There's a river flowing on the side. You can get to see the campus, the Buddhist temple. Just walk around, get to experience the culture, the architecture. It has Japanese people like to say they have 4 seasons. I don't know why, because we also have 4 seasons in South Africa.
So you're saying that they usually like to flex.
Yeah,
And
they
that's-
flex with their seasons. But I think what they're trying to say is that they have 4 extreme seasons.
They want to make sure that it's extreme. It's different from wherever you're coming from.
Exactly. So yeah, different seasons. So they are different sceneries. So in winter, obviously there's snow there. It looks beautiful. And in summer, it's green. In spring, there are a lot of flowers. So yeah, Eheiji Temple is definitely one of the places you should.
I'm really enjoying talking to you. But one last question about Japan that I would like to get from you is like how basically living in Japan shaped your identity as a vlogger and as a person, basically.
So Japan shaped me as a person. It made me very gave me a different perspective of life,
Okay.
just how to see life, my responsibilities as a person. I have a newfound appreciation of my own culture. Japanese people love their culture. They're always talking about their culture. They appreciate their culture. They want people to learn about their culture. So I think that's something that I picked up loving my own culture, wanting to know more about my own culture. Even that goes into my vlogging. Essentially, I'd like to vlog a lot about South African culture, not just lifestyle. No offense to people that do lifestyle vlogs or anything of that sort.
All
But
right.
like just our traditions, our culture, how we see life, the different things that we did, traditions that we have, and also just being considerate of the next person. Japanese people are very, they have a group mentality, so that's why they're not confrontational. That's why when you do something you have to think of the next person, and just how they appreciate nature, they appreciate the things that they have. And yeah, and it also opened my mind to a lot of things. I'm very aware that I don't know a lot. I mean, I knew I didn't know much, but now that I've been to Japan, where I learned so much, I feel like there's still so much more that I don't know. So it has opened my mind to new experiences as well.
Okay. That's lovely, and I really appreciate you gave this response. And I think like this response also at certain point extend to every place you also have been to, because you seem like someone that truly live, the other culture, people's culture. When you're there, when you're inside there, you're not just one of those random tourists that just walking, freely walking, and then trying to do whatever things they want to do, but they're not really experiencing the culture by itself, which is something that I really admire from your content, from vlogging.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like I said, there are different types of travelers or vloggers. And for me, an important aspect of traveling is essentially learning about the local people, wanting to interact with them. I'm not really a social person, so that is also something that I need to deal with in order to get to the crux of things and, get to meet locals when I'm traveling. But essentially, that's the type of traveling I would love to do.
Okay, and that's very appreciated. Look, I'm really loving talking to you, but we come to the end of our podcast. Unfortunately, we would love to have you more times. We love to have you more times, because I think like stories from you doesn't, you never finish it. You
Right.
have plenty.
I didn't even know.
You have plenty
Yeah.
actually. So I'll let to know. I'll let you to know if you have any last word to share with anybody who would like to be a vlogger, traveler. I don't know if you have any message, anything. You can say anything there.
My message to anyone is just stay curious, man. Yeah, I think being curious is a good attribute to have. You are open to experiences, you're open to learning, you're open to meeting different types of people, you're open to having knowing more about yourself, because how will you don't like something if you don't really experience it. But if you keep an open mind, whether professionally, at work, at home, in your relationships, in your travels, I think, yeah, curiosity, man, and ask why. Just keep asking why. I think, yeah.
Any last message to your family, siblings? Do you have anything? Like, I don't know.
They must visit me. The next country that I'm going to, they must visit me. They didn't visit me in Japan. They must visit me in the next country. All of them, they must visit me. That's the only message I have for family and friends.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Bye.
It was a pleasure to have you. And please, guys, don't forget to subscribe on our channel on YouTube. We're under the name of Youth Bass. Drop the comments, drop the like as well. We're also available on Instagram, TikTok under the handle of varsityvoice.today. And it was a pleasure to have you here. And keep watching us, keep viewing us.
Oh
Peace.
wait, I have Japanese snakes for you guys. I
Oh,
forgot.
for real?
But also please like my channel, watch, subscribe,
Yes,
comment.
leave the handle by there for yes.
Yes. Just small things though.
You have things here. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, there's only one of these, but yeah. Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot, actually.
It's
Well,
not a lot though. I don't think it's a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
thank you so much. Are they sweets?
So there's crackers, rice crackers, different flavored rice crackers, and then that's squid, dried squid.
Ooh.
And then that's Kit Kat, different types of. I think there's two types of Kit Kats.
Hey, that's why you should know people living in Japan. That's why. Thank you so much. That's why. Yes, please don't forget your handle.
Oh, my Instagram handle is 10 underscore Koketso on Instagram, 10 underscore Koketso. Please follow, I'll follow back. And YouTube, it's pan dripping travel. Pan dripping travel.
Okay, thank you so much. And please don't follow back. Yeah, thank you so much.